Hey
Hi.
everyone, welcome. And Steffi, thank you. It's been 9 years.
Yeah.
I've been with Janessa almost 10 years. I think we joined about the same time. Thank you
Yeah.
for the generous introduction. And I'm glad I could see your presentation. I'm glad you had slides because I kind of lost you after Ni Hao Ma, but I could at least follow your slides. And while you have, I'm looking at the count now, 143 people from your team on this call. So thank you, good job. And I'm glad to do this call because I understand this is most of your leadership team. So we can talk a little bit differently, a little bit heavier about CuniQue. And I can talk a little bit about the marketing angles, the history development, and also some Q&A, because if it's a bit more public, there's less things that we can say. But thank you. Now, I saw your slides. You've translated most into Chinese, which is good. I kind of have a bit of an overlap. So I'm going to show my slides now, but maybe ones you've already shown and explained, I'll skip through more quickly. And then group, so I'm going to maybe do this in about 10 minutes, but then afterwards, I want to stay on for about another 10 minutes and answer any questions that you have. And I see, I'm looking at my chat at the side and people already typing some questions. So just hold a bit because the more you type, they go up and off the screen. But when I finish, then let's post the questions and we'll go through those one at a time. Let me see. Hello, Chris. Hi, Liz. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Teresa, Nancy, Sunny, everyone who's posting claps and fives in the chat group. Okay, but first, let me do some sharing. Let me see. Yep, I can share screen. And let me share my quick presentation. Oh, now I see all the faces on my side screen. It's good to see so many of you with us. Okay, let me go back. I want to go back to my beginning. Okay, so the ones that Steffi I see already mentioned, I will skip over. But I'm going to talk about CuniQue, but I want to talk a bit differently. I want to talk about the marketing side of CuniQue. So first of all, what does CuniQue do? It's such a hard question to answer because really, what doesn't it do? It really, when you study turmeric and when you study particularly curcumin, which is the active ingredient in CuniQue, it does so many things. So I don't know who knew about it first, whether it was the Indians or the Chinese, but usually it's Indian Ayurvedic or Chinese traditional medicine. But you just know that people have known about this for thousands of years. And we have the traditional history, but now science, like modern Western science, is catching up and doing scientific studies to see if the stories hold true with science. And yes, it does. Turmeric helps with so many parts of the body, so many organs of the body, so many systems of the body that it really is hard to pinpoint one thing, but some areas are stronger than others. So I'll talk about a few of those. But the development of our product, next one. I just want to talk about what is happening right now in the world with turmeric because it is trending. It's really, really trending. Even though we've known about it for a long time, science is it's validating, doing more studies, it's going to market, more companies are jumping on board, and really in many different categories, turmeric is the #1 selling herbal supplement. I was intrigued at this fact that more than 20%, so 1 in 5 Americans over 55 right now take a curcumin supplement every day. And that's kind of a market share that we're missing out on. In Google Trends, you can type it in, it's showing how it's growing and growing the interest, and even they're predicting the future interest. So we wanted to get on board with turmeric, but we didn't want to just do a Me Too tablet product like everyone else. We said that our doctor said, if Janessa is going to do this, we need to do it the best. So we went in search, first of all, for the best extract of curcumin. And honestly, at the time, we were looking at CuniQue because that's the one that Dr. Donna Antar had had experience with before, and she highly recommended it. But as we're going down the road of CuniQue, we discovered other studies saying that it was no longer the #1. There was a new product called Novasol, and you can see here at the top the extract of that study. Novasol trumped CuniQue. Based on the published reports, Novasol was at least, and I say that's the minimum standard, it's at least 185 times more bioavailable than others on the market. And at least is because they looked at different ages and sexes. Well, in women, it's actually over 200. For some reason, women's biology has a better uptake than men, but the lowest category was 185. So we can confidently say that Novasol has at least 185 times the bioavailability as to just normal curcumin. And that's not even talking about turmeric. This is curcumin. So it's 185 times more bioavailable than just normal curcumin. So we know that we have the best. We thought, can we make it better? Can we add more stuff to it to enhance it? And so we did. We've added a blend of botanicals that work in synergy and harmony with it. We've balanced out the heatiness, cooliness. I'll talk about that soon. But the main addition was the bioperine that we added. So first of all, Steffi talked about the challenge, how the good stuff that you want is curcumin, and you need to know the difference between curcumin and turmeric. So turmeric is the root, but the good stuff is curcumin, and that's only 3% of the root. So we first of all isolated and extracted the curcumin. So we've got that 3%. And then we've concentrated that and treated it. So that's actually not us. Novasol has done that. So Novasol has their proprietary method to treat the curcumin. And two things they've done. Number one is smashed it down to the smallest molecule. So that is what we call nanotechnology. So Novasol has applied nanotechnology, first of all, to make the molecules really, really small to help in the bioavailability, the digestion. Number two thing Novasol did is liposomal technology. And liposomal technology means coating it in a amount of lipid or fat to make the body take it up better. So I'm going to talk more about that later. I'm actually going to do a demonstration. I've never done this before. We're going to do a live demonstration tonight to show how that works. So they're the first two things that Novasol did to arrive at the most bioavailable form on the market, 185 times more bioavailable than normal curcumin. But then what we have done, we've taken one other step. In our formula, we have added bioperine. Now that's a kind of relatively new discovery. We've also added that in the product, I forget what it's called, NSM in China. So you know that product that we've launched in China also has bioperine. What bioperine does, it increases the bioavailability of certain ingredients. And one of the best things that it reacts with or acts upon is curcumin. And we have studies to show that bioperine increases the bioavailability of curcumin by 20-fold or 2,000%. So you can see what we've done, step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4, to really bring you the most bioavailable form. One therapeutic dose of our CuniQue, so our brand Genesis CuniQue, one therapeutic dose is equal to the benefits of more than 100 kilograms of turmeric. So you would have to go to the markets, fill up a basket, 100 kilos of turmeric or CuniQue, where I'm from, and eat that, which is impossible to get the benefits of what you're getting with the therapeutic dose of ours. And showing here the theoretical concentration amplification is 120,867 times the concentration of the normal root. Okay, so this one quickly, Steffi showed this one, but this is very powerful. This is where I really got converted. The interplay with reserve. And for, I think everyone in this call is current Genesis distributors. You're not, no one's being recruited on this call. So you already sell our products, you already take reserve. My dream and your dream as a marketer should be, wouldn't it be amazing if we had a reserve number 2? Wouldn't it be amazing if we had something that could sell as good or even half as good as reserve? Wouldn't it be amazing if we had a product that when anyone took a reserve, that they could also take another product to work together? And wouldn't it be amazing if we had something that could actually bolster reserve, make reserve even much more better, increase the efficacy of reserve? Well, we have done that with CuniQue. And it's not just a marketing story. I'm marketing, I'm here to sell you, but I'm going to teach you the power of duplication, how you can learn this for yourself and help other people understand that we're just not, that there is science behind what we're saying. This slide, I like PubMed. It's where I usually go to, but there's others like Google Scholar. But on PubMed alone, there's almost 15,000 studies on resveratrol, the active ingredient of resveratrol. There's almost 18,000 studies on the active ingredient in CuniQue, which is curcumin. And then together, when you type in the two, when you type in resveratrol and curcumin, there's over 1,000 studies already and growing. And I want you to do that. I don't want you to just believe me. I actually want you to get your phone out or a computer, not now, but another time, type in resveratrol, type in CuniQue, and have a look at those studies. And then even take it one step further, type in resveratrol, type in CuniQue, and then just type in whatever else you want to know about, whatever ailment, whatever condition you may be concerned about. So look, just as an example, this is one I did. Scientific studies on the power of curcumin and resveratrol combined, and this is the links to all of them. And you can just read through. I'm not going to read them all, but they're so diverse, from what colon cancer, lung disease, obesity, gastric cancer, a lot on cancer, a lot on memory and mind as well. There's Alzheimer's. So it's all there for you to find this for yourself and to help your customers and consumers find out for themselves what it does. And I say, look, don't believe me. I'm not a doctor. I have a Bachelor of Science degree, but it's not in medicine. And I don't think many people are on the call are doctors, unless Steffi's husband's watching. But lead people to the right information, help them to discover for themselves how they can find out the truth from scientists, from doctors, ratified science on what this product does. Steffi also shared this one, and this was a mind blower for me. When we discovered that the ingredients in CuniQue are clinically proven to boost the bioavailability of resveratrol, and we have a product that has resveratrol in it, which is Reserve. You can see, if you can see, it's small at the bottom. This is conducted by the University of Wisconsin. Again, don't believe me, you can Google this. This is a study in the public domain. But the ingredients in CuniQue, particularly bioperine, really helps boost resveratrol. And our resveratrol doesn't have bioperine. So when you take the two together, when you take the doses together, there is that true synergy that we talk about, when 1 + 1 = 3. When you take both of these together, your Reserve is going to act stronger. It is going to be better. You're going to get better results from your Reserve as well. And that's exciting. Now, one part of our development, and this was an eye-opener for me, but when we began, we kind of went more with the Indian traditional route. We followed the golden milk formula, and in the early days, we called it golden milk. And golden milk is basically turmeric powder, some coconut milk with ginger and cinnamon. So we started with that as our foundation formula. But then when we gave it to the Chinese, I got all sorts of, oh no, it's too hot, it's too heaty. And honestly, well, some of the first people to taste it was in the office, Dennis and Keith. And I tell you, Keith said, whoa, too hot straight away. And he actually said the next day he felt he got mouth ulcers from it. Dennis told me, oh, Chris, I was so buzzed, I couldn't even sleep that night. It ruined my sleep. And they said, it's too heaty. We need to make it cooler. So we went back to the scientists, we went back to the focus group, and we worked on it to balance out, to temper the heatiness of the Indian Ayurvedic formula of golden milk, to temper it with cooling ingredients for Chinese. And Steffi, she already mentioned all of those. She gave you the names in Chinese, but you know all of them. You know lohango, mangosteen, they're all famous cooling. I know in Malaysia, when I eat durian, what do they say you eat afterwards? You eat mangosteen. You take the mangosteen because that's cooling, and you have to balance out the heat in it. So I understand that now. We also wanted to get rid of all objections that customers may have. We wanted this to be the most easy, consumer-friendly formula of all of Genes, and we've done that. None of these things, gluten, vegan, soy, dairy, GMO, low calorie, it's almost half the calories of Reserve, and Reserve isn't even that much. No artificial colors, no artificial flavors. So I can't imagine there's any customer who can say that they have an objection to the formula. So that's the quick review. I just want to give it the marketing update of when it's launching. It is launching in Malaysia and Singapore on November the 5th. We are doing a pre-launch of this, and we're going to do some pre-sales. But truth, unfortunately, the physical product won't be ready for a couple of more weeks, because it's literally being manufactured right now. On our call, Keith and CK will show you. We do actually have the product. And the first few boxes are made, but they're making over 100,000 boxes for our launch, and that's going to take a while. So we're taking pre-orders, and the reason for that is because we have a very special promotion starting in November. I can't tell you about it now, it's only the 29th of October, but there's a special promo that we are launching that will help you with the sales, the pack sales. It will have extra benefits. It'll have extra RSB for you. It'll have extra travel points for Iceland. So we want to launch that at the same time and give you the full month to really work on selling and moving the CuniQue launch packs to maximize your sales return, maximize your RSB, maximize your travel points to Iceland, but understanding that the product may take a couple of weeks. Now, before I'm going to jump over to the questions and answers, let me do something a little bit dangerous. I've not done this before. I haven't even tried it myself, but I'm sure it's going to work because I know the science. First of all, I went shopping for this. Who reads traditional? I don't read traditional. You know what that says? I know what it says. It bahasa CuniQue. I know CuniQue. Yeah. And to prove it, this is where I go shopping. Can you see my sticker? NSK. Anyone else shop NSK? Give me a 555 in the chat if you shop NSK sometimes.
I got this also at my house.
Oh, you got the same in your house, same brand?
Yeah.
Okay. This is I heard you in Bahasa say ayam kunyit. I know ayam kunyit. So this is just normal kunyit. Okay, I'm going to show you the solubility because it's not very soluble. So I'm going to show you how it mixes in water. So usually for the benefits of cooking, if you cook with any type of fat, coconut oil, it helps, but still it's only, the curcumin is only 3% of this. So if I weigh this bag, what is it? It's okay, 100 grams. So if this is 100 grams of kunyit, only 3 grams is going to be the good stuff that we need, and that 3 grams is not very bioavailable. Okay, so normal water air in a glass jar. I don't have 3 hands, but I'm going to take 1 teaspoon and hopefully not get this in my keyboard. Ooh, I got some on my keyboard. Okay, I put it in the jar.
Yellow color, your keyboard now.
It is yellow color. It stains. Okay, you see it's sinking to the bottom. I can do this the best, but the glob stays on top. But I'm gonna mix it and see how well. Okay, see heavy parts dropping down. So it really doesn't dissolve very well in water. I've got solids going down to the bottom. I put quite a lot in, but it's not particularly water soluble. And let's see, even at the top, you cannot see the top. The globs are sitting at the top. If I put the lid on and really, really shake it up.
Chris 要告诉我们，其实姜黄粉是不容易水的哈，大家可以做这个 demo 给你们的顾客看。
So if I shake this up, if I was to leave this, well, I'll leave it for the rest of the Q&A, but you'll start to see the sediment dropping to the bottom. So I'm just showing you that turmeric is not, it doesn't disperse well in water. It's not water soluble. So the liposomal technology makes it fat soluble, which helps with bioavailability. The nanotechnology makes the molecule smaller so that it enters in not only the bloodstream through the intestine, but more important, it crosses the blood-brain barrier, that it's small enough that it will actually get into your mind and your memory. And one of the best benefits that people see with turmeric or curcumin is things to do with the mind, memory, and Alzheimer's. Okay, so that's my quick presentation and let me see, is it settling yet? My physical presentation to show you. We've got some other really fascinating physical presentations we'll show you at the launch.